I would like to talk about electric cars and how recently they've become way more prevalent as an option for the buying public when it comes to purchasing a new car. And I think that there are a few reasons for this, one of which is with Tesla's massive success. Electric cars have kind of been normalized, and Teslas don't look that different from any other car you can buy. And I think that kind of helped them market. And also, I think a lot of politicians, especially in California, see this and they're like, okay, we've got an emissions problem, and electric cars are a really good way to help curb that. And they're incentivizing and pushing electric cars, forward more, even though there are many reasons that electric cars are not ready for widespread production yet. And I think that by their goal of 2035, which is when the government of California and the government of New York State wants electric cars to become the only cars that you can buy new in their states, I think that by 2035, electric technology still won't be nearly as advanced enough. And I think that they still won't have gotten the price to a point where anyone could buy it. Whereas gasoline-powered cars, you can buy anything up from a Nissan Sentra up to a Bugatti. And I think that there isn't really that range yet in electric cars, whereas the cheapest electric car you can get is around $35,000, which is way more than the average person could afford, or even the average household. And I think that for them to become more widespread and for it to become feasible to phase out gasoline-powered cars and just bring in solely electric cars, they need to become cheaper, but there also need to be more widespread charging networks, because of those are still very, very much in their infancy as far as being able to charge your car and being able to drive wherever you want without worrying about losing battery life. And I think that another important thing is the technology just isn't that far along yet. Electric cars have only been out for 10 years, if that. And I think that we haven't seen what an older electric car, like a 2012 Tesla, they're just starting to develop the issues that an older car would have, an older used car. Like, you can get a Corolla from the 90s, and it'll still drive, for the most part, perfectly fine. But a lot of these Teslas that came out in 2012, 2013, we're starting to see them have reliability issues, especially with the battery. And I think that having to spend $8,000 to $20,000 on a replacement battery is most definitely not feasible for anyone outside of the 1% of people. And even that 1% would just rather buy a new car than send their current one in for service for a very long time, like a month or two at least. And I think that therein lies the problem, is you can't really get batteries for Teslas from Tesla. They won't sell you one unless it's a very special occasion. And same, I think, with most other manufacturers. Whereas electric cars, they're really just trying to make them big pieces of technology, which can be a helpful thing as far as the majority of the public doesn't really care. But I think for a lot of people, they don't want to be driving around in what is essentially a cell phone with wheels. And I think that while in many regards electric cars are more reliable than gasoline-powered cars, when they do break down, it is much harder to fix and much, much more expensive to fix than a gasoline-powered car or truck. And I think that is why, it's going to be a while until electric cars are ready to be mass-produced at the same high level that gasoline-powered cars are. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.